up, people? It's Mr. Motherfucking R here today, of course, to give you guys Coppelion episode 5 motherfucking review. And this episode was actually very simple. Basically, Ibara gets her ass whooped twice. One which she gets blown the fuck up by a tank. Like, yeah, fucking blown up. Because basically, the first division ends up turning out to be like a fucking cult in a sense. They got some cult traditions along with their military aspects. Like, in these dudes apparently don't got no oxygen tanks on, and they're like fucking like skeletons, and it's like the deep underside of fucking humanity, kind of. It's like these dudes, they were so exposed to this, and they were left behind by their own country that they swore to protect. They were abandoned by their country, and now they're just like skeleton warriors from the past. Like they don't care about death. It makes me wonder, how are they still alive? Well, not all of them. I assume, like, the dude with the black fucking face mask, I assume that he might actually have, like, an oxygen tank. It might actually be somewhat, like, you know, not fucked up like this dude is. Because this dude was mad crazy, like, blow me up, aim at me, guys, and then fucking tank, Ibarra gets blown the fuck up. Before that, of course, when she finds out that how, like, because basically, she sees, like, there's intruders at the gate. What's this alarm? They go check it out. Iowie, she basically says, oh, it's just the wolf. He must have followed us back. She goes out to open the gate. Ibara comes, and they find out that it's the 1st Division, and they captured Iowie, and they open the fucking gate, and they got all these tanks and shit. And we find out that the 1st Division is after the Coppelion, and they're after them for some reason. And so basically we find out that the 1st Division is after the Coppelion, because they need them to remove low-level waste from this, like, water treatment facility, apparently. And that seems to be what their goal is, but we're not 100% sure. And basically we find out that the cleanup crew, this dude, he's like into killing people, into Ibarra. She doesn't know that. She doesn't know much about the other crews and what they do. And this dude kills motherfuckers. He's like, just shoots these niggas dead. He don't care. In Ibarra, her inability to kill people is basically screwing her over. Because first time when she walked into these guys when they had Iowie, after they went on the mission to go to their base, which was like in a fucking trash can, this dude threw a grenade to disable it, so they had to leave, and also planted a fucking tracker on Iowie. Anyway, Ibarra, she walked up there with her gun out, and Iowie's like, no, it won't work. They have no fear of death. And basically, two niggas come up from behind and whoop the bitch's ass, like legit. Like they just like fucking with the baton, just like hammer down on her skull, and I'm just like, damn. And injuries that she received, according to him, because she was like knocked up the fuck out unconscious, and he looked her up head to toe naked, like he inspected her body, and she was like embarrassed about that. And, you know, just a little bit of like sexual tension kind of thing going on there, but fuck it. And the most important part of the whole thing was this dude. The correlation and the differences between them is like interesting. Because they're different Coppelions, and he's a male Coppelion. And they're created for this event. If this never happened, then they wouldn't have been created. That's really like heavily pointed out in this episode. It really is. But basically, her body, even though it was beat to shit and she was knocked unconscious, apparently it would only take like a day to heal. And it healed, and then she got blown the fuck up. And she's like in she's just like on the fucking grass. And there's like an explosion, like a crater, and it's on fire. And this nigga, he's dead. He's done. He like got blown the fuck up, incinerated. This dude ain't alive. This body ain't gonna be found. But her, on the other hand, she's like a couple, like legit, like maybe 2 meters away, if that, maybe even 1.5. And she's just like in a puddle of blood, just, like she's done. And so it makes you wonder, damn, this bitch is injured now too. Like her incentive and her way of thinking is getting her fucked up because she doesn't want to kill these people. She's like a classical good person, like a good guy, like in the way of like Batman. He's a good guy because he's a hero in a sense because he'll fight villains and all that, but he doesn't kill them. You know, he's like against like he'll threaten your ass, but he won't kill you. That's how Ibara is trying to be. Like she's one of those kind of characters, but not to Batman's sort of extent, because he whoops ass like he whoops mad ass, and Ibara, no, she's like talking a nigga down. Mad difference. But still, Ibara, she's done. This dude, he's just looking at the body with like, just shocked. He didn't know that she got fucking shot with a fucking tank cannon. IOE, she's still held captive, and they as long as they got IOE, they're good. They got the Coppelion. And I believe they're even talking about Leia, because she just sneaks away because they don't need her anymore. Because apparently whenever they were moved from this water treatment center, they needed it. And now they got it. So they don't need a Coppelion anymore to go and retrieve it. Which they didn't really show exactly what IOE did. Because IOE isn't really a good Coppelion in a sense of like strong. She's just a basic Coppelion. She has no add-ons whatsoever that we know about. And she even said herself that she's just like she's like the weakest Coppelion. She's just human level. I mean, and she's like human girl level. Like, not like fighting girl, but just like school girl, like playful girl. So when you think about that, she isn't really a very strong Coppelion. I mean, she's getting captured and she's like squirming around, but she isn't like, she's strong. She's just like a comic relief character by sense. Yeah, comic relief. Explains her very well. Yeah. But she basically sneaks off, and now she's with them again, and I'm wondering exactly what they pulled up and what it's gonna have to do, because they might go for revenge. Because this dude, he's on the cleanup crew. It's his job to kill motherfuckers and clean them out, wipe them up, put them to bed. That's his job. And since they don't fear death, he don't got a problem with that. He'll still pop a motherfucker. It's like, oh, you don't fear it? Tch, there you go. Have your fun. Like, he doesn't care. So I like his sense, and it gives that whole sense of there could be like different groups of Coppelion, like a torture section, like for information, like fucking CIA shit. I don't know, but either way, there was a whole classroom of them, and we've only met 4. So when you look at it, we can meet so many different types of Coppelion with crazy ass abilities. And we can assume that all of these Coppelion will have different tasks and different views on life. And so it's going to be very interesting. And so overall, I'll give this episode right here 9 out of 10. It was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. And the way it went, I really enjoyed it when Ibarra, she just got taken out. Because she's sticking to her guns. I mean, she isn't going to break her act just because she might die. She isn't going to shoot these guys even though they don't fear death. She isn't going to use it as an incentive. She'll still try, but at the end of the day, she isn't going to shoot. Because that's how the type of person she is. She's on, the medical team for a reason. She retrieves people. She saves them. This dude's on the cleanup crew for a reason. He kills motherfuckers. He wipes them out. They have different mindsets and different perspectives on what their job is. And this dude considers himself just like a tool, an instrument of destruction for the government. Like, it's his life's purpose to kill for them. And Ibarra, she sees herself as this is her city, her home. And so either way, that's a really good concept. And I really enjoyed it. And so with that being said, Smithers to motherfucking R. This episode here, 9 out of 10. It was a good episode. With that being said, peace the fuck out. Peace.